Good morning, friends. Today we are now going to discuss about the landforms. Landform is one of the most important features in geomorphology, which is required to understand that what are the landforms and how these landforms are developed, and what are the controlling factors that are influencing of the landform development. Basically, landform is a three-dimensional morphological features. This is three-dimensional morphological features of the earth characterized by its shape, size and dimension. Features of the earth characterized by shape, size and dimension. According to William Morris Davies, landform is a function of the structure, process and time. Structure, process and time. According to Gregory, landform is a function of the process of geometrical and changes through time. That is, process, geometrical and changes through time. Fink suggested that landform is the ratio of the rate of upliftment, ratio of the rate of upliftment by the enthalpy process and the rate of degradation by extrinsic process. By exogenetic process. So landform are basically is a product of endogenetic and extrinsic force and the slope or a combination of slope. Thus, the landform are the manifestation of the various type of slope and the geometrical structure. So these landforms that we found by its size, shape and dimension. So these are influenced by the different factors, natural and anthropogenic like structure, controlling factors, structure. According to Thornberry, geological structure is the dominant controlling factor of the evolution of the landform and the and it's reflected upon them. That is the geological structure is a dominant controlling factors in the evolution of the landform, and it's reflected upon them. In structure, if we consider in the structure, then there are three major important factors that are modifying or creating the landform, like tectonic, physical, and the chemical process. In tectonic, like fault, fold, crack, fissures, rift, joint, etc. These are the factors, tectonic factors, that are influencing the landform development. Physical process like hardness, density, permeability, porosity, solubility, texture. These are the physical processes that are mainly influencing the development of the landform or the modification of the landform. Now coming to the chemical process. In chemical process, it's depend on the rock types, that is igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Next is the composition of minerals. Crystallization, another important is the arrangement of rocks. Like, what are the arrangement of rocks? Folded structure. It may be the folded structure, dome-shaped structure, uniclinal structure, and homoclinal structure. So these are the structural characteristics that are influencing the landform development. For example, if the rocks are folded, then they are more resistant to weathering and erosion because the molecular strength due to the compression and cementing is high. Another example, like high permeable rocks, it disfavor the erosion as they allow more efficient percolation of water. Solution. In case of the solution, that is underground of the rocks lead to the formation of the underground caves or the gullies like that. If we consider in the metamorphic rocks, that is in metamorphic rocks generally present more resistance to erosion than the igneous or sedimentary rocks. Generally, it is very difficult to identify the separate class of the metamorphic landforms. That is the another example, like rocks having the vertical strata are easily loosened and broken down due to the temperature change. If we consider in the like arrangement of rock, like dome-shaped structure, in dome structure results due to the upwelling of the crustal surface by the diastrophic forces due to the intrusion of magma into the surface rocks. So these are the some structural characteristics that are influencing of the landform development. Next, come into the another important factor like climate. Climate. According to Richthofen, Passage and Jensen, Richthofen, Passage and Jensen, each climatic type produces its own characteristics assemblies of landform. Each climatic type produces its own characteristics assemblies of landform. Climate has two types of effect. One is direct and indirect. Indirect effect: temperature, rainfall, and humidity. In indirect effect, soil, and vegetation. These are the two factors indirectly influencing the landform. For example, the climatic elements like temperature, rainfall, humidity, that is related to the weathering process and have been given the greater emphasis or the modification of the landform. Consequently, the same type of rocks respond differently in different climatic conditions, like sandstone, which gets eroded in the humid regions, while stands still in the arid region. Next, coming to the another factor, like stage. According to Davis, there are three important stages like youth, maturity, and old stage that helps to the development of the landform. And in different stages, the characteristics of the landform, the shape of the landform are different. So stage is a unit of time of a measure which is characterized by its energy level, entropy, intensity, and magnitude. So in each and every stage, there is an erosion cycle which is characterized with a distinctive landform. With the help of which it is possible to identify the stage of the evolution of the landscape. And there is a direct relationship with the stage and characteristics of the landform. Now come to the fourth factors like time, according to Scrum and Ritchie, landscape is a function of time and space. Landscape is a function of time and space. How the time is influencing the landform development? That is that time is highly detachable, that concept in the evolution of the landform, that it doesn't show any direct implication, and it is not even a process or a mechanism of the change. Actually, there is no such a perceptible change that may occur in the morphological features during the short period of time. Next, come to the topography. The topography played an important role in the landform development, like slope, that is a direct relationship with the rate of erosion and weathering. Rate of erosion and weathering. If the slope is steeper, the intensity of the weathering is greater. But over the horizontal slope, there is a more depositional work can be seen. For example, the steeper slope along the western coast of the India have led to greater incidences of the landslide and rockfall in the western Ghats. Secondly, the high relief, that is increases the erosion. Which wears down the topography. Another important factors like gravity. The gravity transport also brings substantial change on the crust of the earth. That is rock metals that move under the influence of gravity, either as a movement of the weathering products or as a mass movement of the rocks along with joints or its bedding plane. And this process can be rapid like a landslide, rockfall, or creep of the slope, which is caused due to the gravitation. Biota. The microorganisms that are associated with the roots of the plants and trees, that is encouraging the landform development. If a landform or region is vegetated, there is a less of soil erosion, dense vegetated land. Soil erosion is less. Consequently, the roots of the plants and trees that exert pressure on the rocks and break them apart, which is called the biological weathering process. On the other hand, the humans have emerged as the most concrete force that is bringing the modification of the landform by creating the different type of artificial structures on our Earth's surface. Now coming to the another factor like space. That is, the spatial scale has much significance in the controlling of the rate and mechanism of the landform development. How? That is, operation process and the responses of the aerial changes. That is, aerial coverage of the study area has been changed. So, the factors of process, according to Thornberry, the geomorphic process leave their distinct imprints upon landform, and each geomorphic process develops its own landform. Each geomorphic process develops